Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're all having an amazing week. Lots of exciting things happening this week. I'm actually going to a wedding today, so I'm very, very excited for that. Lots of love, 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 love. So I guess I wanted to do a little card reveal as I normally do and just chat to you a little bit about as we're coming into the dark moon. So honoring the things that are going to be coming up for you. What was I going to say with that? Totally just lost my words. But anyway, so as we're coming into the dark moon, what that's doing is calling you into your shadow self. It's calling you in to face the shadows, to release them, to work with them, and then release them. So allowing yourself to go to those depths of you that you're really allowing to finally let go and surrender. And I feel like this is a really powerful time and journey of going back into ourselves and really that self-discovery, coming home, back to us, filling up with love. During these times, though, it can be a little bit of a derail, as I would call it. And I always seem to experience things before it actually happens. So I've been through the darkness now, and it was great. It was like a roller coaster. But when we actually allow ourselves to sit in that feeling and go into the depths of our soul, even if it feels like your brain is snapping or that you feel like you're going a little bit crazy, when you actually allow yourself to drop back into your breath and your heart center, and feel into what it is that's actually coming up for you, and you'll be able to understand the lessons that are there to be revealed to you. And often that can be quite confronting, but it can also be really beautiful. I do feel like when we surrender into that feeling and we actually allow ourselves to ask our heart or our guides, our angels, to reveal what the actual lesson is around that, rather than getting attached to the pain that's there, then the lesson is revealed to you in the most beautiful way. So you're able to see it. You're able to see it with kindness and compassion through whatever it may have been for you, but you're able to come out of that holding your strength and your bravery. So it's actually, it's a very beautiful time moving into dark moon. And I would ask, losing my words today, sorry. I would ask you to really connect in and do a little ritual for yourself. Allow yourself to sit down and journal anything that's coming up and out for you, and really release it under the dark moon. Place it, I would burn it in a cauldron. If you don't have a cauldron, then obviously safety first, do it in something that you can burn, your piece of paper in. But I do think this is also a time about speaking our truth. So if you do your ritual and you are actually journaling and burning, it's really important for you to actually vocalize what it is that you have written on that paper. So being vulnerable with yourself as well, being true to yourself, and actually vocalizing it out loud and then burn it and watch it burn away, and make that as a commitment to you for actually allowing yourself to really detach from any attachment that may have been sitting with that lesson or with your darkness, with your shadow, and let that attachment go. Allow yourself to actually truly begin to heal and receive the magic that's sitting in behind that, because it's a very, very powerful time. I've been saying this about August. At the moment, I used a different word to explain how August would be. Starts with an F, but I'm not going to say it today. But it's a very heavy month. But I do feel like moving into September, it is going to be absolutely beautiful if you can surrender to whatever it is that's coming up in August for you, and allow yourself to move into, I want to call it like the miracle of September, but it's like there's some really powerful, beautiful energy if you can step back into flow. So really do that. If you've been getting caught up in your head, allow yourself to do something to drop back into your heart space, and it's going to be your best ally. So now just sort of feeling into a number between 1, 2, and 3, taking a deep breath in through our nose and release as our exhale, and just allowing yourself to feel whatever message it is that you are needing to hear right now. 1 and 2, and I just need one more. There we go. Oh, there's a lot of what would I call that? Like not darker cards, but we're definitely working with the shadow. That seems to be the theme of these 3 cards. So number 1, we've got learning experience, which is really beautiful. Number 2, we've got angelic protection. And number 3, we've got surrender, which is also very beautiful. So Number one, going into learning experience here. So this, I just need to move the cards. This I really feel is around the heart space and around the solar plexus. That beautiful gold energy that's coming through is exactly what I was just talking about. So if you look into the imagery of this card, as you can see the darkness that's here, this is about going into those depths of the shadow side of things and allowing yourself to understand what it is that you're needing to learn from that. The quicker you can allow yourself to surrender to that and actually accept the lesson that's there, the quicker it is that you're going to actually start to receive the blessings and the abundance and the miracles and all the things that you're trying to manifest into your life. That's how we sort of start to bring those things to fruition. It's actually going in there, and acceptance is key. Acceptance of whatever the pain is, whatever the shadow is, but actually accepting it to that deep level where you're sort of coming back to yourself and you're going, you know what? Yes, that happened to me, but this made me so brave and so strong, and I'm so ready to receive, and I'm going to use that to create the best change that I've been craving my whole entire life. This is going to be the most exciting chapter moving forward. And I feel like in this card, I think he's holding a lantern and he's moving forward with this beautiful light, and it's like, this is the path forward, this is the path forward, full of light, and it feels like the light isn't just for what's coming in for you, but it's actually the light that you're holding within your being. So it's really something I feel to say to you, to be honored. It feels like it's very humble and very, very kind and just full of compassion, and that's who you are. So Spirit are wanting you to really anchor in with those vibrations about yourself and understanding that you have created this character that you call you, and you are full of all of those things. So it's time for you to start to believe that, but you do need to accept the things that have happened, but accepting them as that they have been a beautiful learning experience for you. So number 2 we got here, which is angelic protection. Lots of blue energy in this card I'm feeling. So there's a few things that are coming here. So firstly, the blue to me represents the throat chakra. This is about allowing yourself to speak your truth and not holding back anymore. It's like, this is who I am, and I really don't care if you like me or if you don't, but this is who I am, and I'm proud of who I am, and I love who I am. So this is about speaking about your beliefs. So I actually just did a reading for someone just before, and we were really actually talking about this. But it's about, if you are feeling like you're going through this spiritual growth phase and you are really coming home to who you are, sometimes when we start to speak our truth and we start to share our magic that we're learning, it can derail our friendships that we may have had for a very long time, or family ties. Sometimes our magic can kind of, I guess, create some fear in others because they're not ready to receive it. So what this card is telling you, if you're connecting with that vibration, is that it is safe for you to speak your truth, as weird, wild, and wacky as it may be. The more you do this, the more you're going to start to attract your soul tribe. Yes, you may lose some friendships, but you're attracting the right kind of people into the journey that's going into this next chapter of your life. So I do feel like there's a lot more support that's coming in for you, a lot more beauty, a lot more people that are just reflecting that beautiful vibration that you hold. Okay, and then the other parts of this cards as well is the sword. So I do feel like this is around cutting ties. So again, that comes back to what I was just saying. So if you feel like you are needing to cut ties with certain relationships or certain areas of your life, and you're like, okay, this just is not serving me anymore and I need to step away from this, then you really need to listen to that and allow yourself to take a step back and release whatever that may be that you feel is holding you back. Now, when we work with cutting cords, I like to work with actually, I've got it right here. I'll show you. The selenite sword. It's like, I don't know, it's huge. But the way that we work with the way that I work with cord cutting is, it's not about cutting ties and that's it, it's gone. Like, I like to really visualize when we're working with sword energy, as we're cutting them, we're actually sending the vibration of the selenite through to whatever lesson that may have been, or whatever person that may be, whatever situation it may be, but we're not actually fully cutting the cord. We're cutting it with love and light and that peace and serenity and the angelic vibration that the selenite crystal holds. So it's also like you're sending forgiveness, I guess, to the lesson or whatever it is that may have hurt you in the past, and you're cutting ties, but you're cutting it on a gentle, soft, beautiful way. That is going to be more beneficial for your healing journey, and it's also going to be a way for you to receive what you're giving out as well. Remember that. And it's also just affirming that you have got all of the protection coming through from the angels. If at any time you're feeling a little bit depleted, a little bit out of sorts, call forth Archangel Michael to come and shield you in his protection energy, or whatever angel it is that you connect with, and just ask for extra protection around this certain situation. Okay. So number 3 is surrender, which is a beautiful, beautiful card. I love surrender. I do a lot of work in my online courses around teaching people how to surrender and let go. And to me, so what this card is speaking about, this is your heart that's trying to open, and it's trying to receive love at the same time, but it's also talking about surrendering. And I know all of these cards are all like, okay, we need to cut, we need to learn, and now we need to surrender. So if you can look deep within yourself and go, okay, what's holding me back from allowing my heart to speak its truth? Feel whatever it is that's coming up for you and connect with that. And then I tell people to go outside, go to somewhere that may be sacred to you, or go out to your backyard or your front yard, whatever you've got where there's some actual grass and dirt, and allow yourself to sit down on the ground cross-legged and really anchor into Earth Mother. Visualize your beautiful pillar of light going deep down into the center of her heart space, and you will feel it when you're there, because you'll feel this beautiful wave of love. Bring that back right up through to your heart and expand that energy out through to the palms of your hands. Stretch them up, bow down before you, and literally visualize that energy just pouring out through the palms of your hands and giving it back to Earth Mother for blessing and for healing. And that way your heart is going to open to receiving what it came here to receive. So that is all, my beautiful friends, and I hope you have an amazing week ahead. I am off to be surrounded in love in a wedding, and I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. And sending you all love from Australia. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you guys next week.